Previously on Jurassic World the Game. Whew, I don't know about you, but I need to get some air. Yeah, same here. Care to see the best view of the park with me?
Hey, it's Kevin DeWitt here and welcome to the pasthisprime YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel and you're interested in relaxed, casual gaming for an older generation, then please subscribe to my channel. Like the video and click the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos.
You've been awfully quiet since we left the restaurant. I keep replaying what happened that night in my head, wondering if I swam alongside my dolphin team, would things have turned out differently? Look, no one in that situation would have known what to do. In my line of work, I have to figure out what information we don't have. A lot of good that did me. Our team began hearing rumours about an inquiry into MK9's lack of efficiency on and off the field. It was a grilling not even remotely fair. After the investigation, word of the incident trickled back up to top brass, and by then something had to give. The next day I received orders directly from the desk of the Chief of Naval Operations to shut down and disband MK9. National Security Council put pressure after news outlets began running stories about defective dolphins jeopardizing the mission. That was when you were discharged by a court-martial? Not quite. I volunteered in a way. I don't understand. You weren't in any trouble, but you allowed yourself to be discharged anyway? MK9 was my baby. I wasn't about to let some desk jockey admiral completely tear down years of hard work. Those dolphins depended on me. But shutting down the team meant they no longer had the rights and protection of the Navy. They'd effectively be ejected from the program. So what happened? They released the dolphins back into the ocean? Nope, I raised those guys. There was no way they could survive in the wild. Not on their own at least, so I made a deal. What was the deal you made exactly? I met with the captain and offered to tell the media that we were actually ramping down on mammals in favour of something else. With the new presidential administration being installed, we knew we had one trick left up our sleeve: drones. See, the army likes robots. Less risky, fewer accidents, the media ate it up. Now all we had to do was to find one angel investor who'd be willing to relocate the dolphins. That's when the captain suggested Masrani Global. He said the private sector might have a vested interest in animal training and handling. You heard about Masrani Global acquiring InGen for a new special project? Lock, stock and barrel, it was perfect. Mr. Masrani paid all the expenses to relocate my dolphins in exchange for my services. I was flown out to Isla Nublar almost the next day. Imagine my surprise when I found out I wouldn't be working with dolphins no more. So you got your wish. In the end, you saved your dolphins. In a manner of speaking, and now you know the whole story. It's time for another match-up in the arena. I think you'll like what I've got planned. Where have you been, Claire? I've been verifying the integrity of our hardline systems while you've been out, in case you were wondering. Dealing with other matters, Lowry. Any sign when the magnetic event will subside completely? Without any training in geomagnetics, I can't say. It could flare up again any time. We won't have much notice. Episode 17, Low-Tech Troubles. Mr. Masrani, you're back from the tower already? How did the presentation go? Poorly, as you would know had you answered my calls. Of course, the magnetic event disrupted systems across the park. I'm well aware of what's happening, Claire. I want to know how you plan to fix things. Okay. Mr. Masrani, there you are. You took flight from me again. Not all the habitats have been secured. I did try to take flight, Barry, but you warned me away from Jurassic 1, and for that I thank you. But I do expect you to keep up. I'm sure you have a full report on my improvisations to deliver to Claire. Don't let me keep you. No, stay. I'd like to hear at least 2 versions of the story. We can protect the hardwired systems from the worst of the storm, but we don't know how much work is needed to fix the more fragile systems. We live in a world of uncertainty and fragility, Claire. I'm not asking for miracles, only your very best efforts. Claire, I'm surprised that you haven't asked me how I arrived at the control room from the tower. Mr. Masrani, I'm very busy coordinating the repair crews. The worst of the magnetic storm may be over, but the storm itself goes on. I have faith in your ability to multitask. Anybody who claims to multitask is lying. I prefer to focus on one thing at a time and finish the job quickly. I'll just need a minute. No, I definitely took a right turn at the guard station near the second habitat. I do not disagree, but you said we were headed toward the hotel, which is clearly on the left. I'm looking forward to the news coverage of this excursion when the satellite feeds are restored. Have you seen Owen? I've not heard from him since the storm broke. I'm sure he's fine, Barry. Have you checked the raptor cages or any of the restaurants? The disaster recovery protocol states that you two are to verify all dinosaur habitats after any severe meteorological event, so try looking there. Where have you been during the storm, Owen? You don't look soaked. Are you eating a bagel? I can eat at work at the same time. Anyway, you know the protocol. I was checking out the dinosaurs. Where were you? Okay, you do not have to tell me where you were. Message received. It's time for another match up in the arena. I think you'll like what I've got planned. Well, Claire, how did I find my way to the control room from the tower? You walked, I presume. Walked? In that thunderstorm? Are you mad? The magnetic storm would have disabled the land transport and the helicopter, which leaves walking as your best option. You're right, of course. I was just playing a little guessing game with you. With respect, sir, I don't have time for games. I found the walk between the tower and the control room to be most stimulating. It's quite a long distance. I'm glad you didn't catch your death of cold. It was invigorating. The loss of technology, of human connection, of the support systems maintaining our society really opened my eyes. And in the distance, the roars of our dinosaurs matched my every step. It was terrifying and wonderful, if you know what I mean. I think I do. How are our guests? Neither international television crews or investors are known for their patience, even with bad weather. Resting in their hotels, I imagine. It was a long walk for some of them. They followed you outside? Naturally. I think it was a much better presentation than the one I had prepared. I think better off the cuff. Of course, I didn't do all the work myself. Did I just see Owen on an inspection tour? Was my warning not clear enough? You brought certain concerns to my attention, Hoskins. I took note. What happens next is none of your concern. Episode 18, Stalking Horse. Hoskins, I'm glad you're here. Hold these vials, but don't drop them. I've held IEDs in my bare hands for 8 hours straight. I think I can handle a tray of vials. These are considerably more volatile. Without them, I might not be able to field test Project Ares. You're at the field test stage already? I'll get my team together. I said don't move. So Owen, while we are not talking about how you spent your time during the thunderstorm, I don't want to talk about that. Owen, you are dangerously close to losing your joie de vivre. Not now, Barry. Do the dinosaurs still seem to be acting strangely to you? They seem skittish to me. Yes, let's focus on the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs aren't aggressive, but they're not exactly calm. I think you are seeing things that are not there, my friend. Perhaps your mind is preoccupied. No, they're definitely spooked. I'm sure I've seen this kind of behavior before. We will keep a close watch and stay on top of the situation. What situation is that, gentlemen? Is there something wrong with the dinosaurs? If you know something about what Dr. Wu has been doing, you should report it to me. Owen is concerned that the dinosaurs are in distress after the thunderstorm. Nothing to do with Dr. Wu. Aren't you working closely with Dr. Wu, Hoskins? I work closely with everyone on every project, which often means following up on results before anyone tries to cover up mistakes. I'm sure you think you know best. You can follow along while we finish going through the post-storm checklist. The buildings in the park look fine. I could have told you that myself. When are we going to talk about the dinosaurs, Owen? When I can trust you to leave the dinosaurs to the experts, Hoskins. I don't have time for this. Don't walk away. I might be the only true friend you've got here. I believe that is my cue to leave as well. Before you leave, Barry, have you considered my offer about joining Project Ares? What's Project Ares? Barry didn't tell you? That's very interesting. I know why I didn't tell you, but I wonder what Barry was thinking. I know nothing about it, Owen. I prefer working directly with the dinosaurs. Then you should go back to work with your dinosaurs and I'll take care of mine. We've got to focus. I'll take those now, Hoskins. You were right. You do have steady hands. When will the field test begin, Doctor? I can't tell you just yet. I have to run some simulations and test these vials, but have a team ready to go. Simon, have you spoken with Dr. Wu about the field test for Project Ares? Dr. Wu is one of the key figures in Jurassic World's renaissance. I dare say more than you are. I'm just an old soldier with my ear to the ground and my eye at the horizon, sir. So you're aware that Dr. Wu is accelerating the field test schedule for Project Ares? What precisely do you mean? I admire your dedication to the job, Hoskins. I trust you haven't alerted Dr. Wu to your suspicions. I acted as though he was following your orders, even though I knew he wasn't. You took the correct approach, even though your reasoning was faulty. Sir, I can't do my job if you leave me out of the loop. No, Hoskins, you're doing exactly the job I want you to do. It's time for another match up in the arena. I think you'll like what I've got planned.
Alright, well hopefully that was enjoyable. Please remember, if you like what you see here, subscribe to the channel, click the like button, click the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos. Go and check out some of my other videos here that are linked on the side. And I thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.